this morning, unless you've literally just woken up. Billionaires Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates have been amongst the prominent US figures that have been targeted by hackers on Twitter in an apparent Bitcoin scam. Now, the official accounts of Barack Obama and this year's Democratic election contender Joe Biden have also been targeted. Twitter has stopped some verified accounts from posting tweets as it investigates what happened. It's an extraordinary story, and I don't know how many people fell for it. Well, let's find out what this is all about. Jamal Ahmed is founder of Kazient Privacy Experts and a fellow of Information Privacy, which covers off cyber security. Good morning, Jamal.
Good morning.
Good morning. This is something else, isn't it? Can you talk us through exactly what it appeared has happened?
It looks like an individual or a number of individuals have appeared to gain access to some of the more verified Twitter accounts, and the Twitter network seems to have been compromised, where they've actually to lock everybody out for 2 hours to investigate exactly what's happened.
I'm sorry, technology has let us down this morning, I'm afraid. We're going to have to try and get you on another line, Jamal, because that's not quite working. Let me just explain to you what it is that happened. Well, I can tell you what appeared on Twitter. Basically, there was, let's take Bill Gates, for example. This message appeared on his verified Twitter account. And the whole point of the blue tick is to verify that every message that goes on that Twitter account has come from the person who owns the account, right? That's the whole point. It's a different layer of security. So it's like the top layer of security. If you've got a blue tick, it just verifies it's come from you. So this message appeared on these various different accounts saying, I'm now wanting to spread joy and happiness and money around, I'm paraphrasing, to do because of COVID-19. If you send me 1,000 Bitcoins, I'll send you 2,000 Bitcoins. So I don't know how many people fell for that. Jamal is back. Good morning, Jamal. I'm sorry about that. Just there explaining what the offer was on Twitter, and that these blue ticks are meant to provide extra security.
That's right. So the blue ticks are supposed to show accounts that Twitter have verified to be the actual bona fide individual. And the fact that a large number of these high-profile accounts seem to have been hacked is very concerning, especially given the amount of reach Twitter has and the number of users on Twitter, and given the fact that influencers often use it to send out messages. It's very concerning that such high-profile accounts were allowed to be hacked, given the two-step verification that Twitter already has in place. So it really questions what security measures we should be taking as individuals, and who is really behind this attack.
Yeah, I mean, because this is very sophisticated, isn't it? Because it basically gives an account and asks you to send $1,000 worth of Bitcoins, and they'll send you 2,000 back. And if this has come from somebody like Bill Gates, who said this is only up and running for 30 minutes, that puts pressure on people to make that decision quickly. It's quite sophisticated.
It is very sophisticated. And given the fact that influencers and people that have large followings would rely quite heavily on Twitter to send out their messages, to promote their business, to get their messages out there, it's put them under a lot of pressure. Do they give in to the hackers? But given the numbers and the amount of people that have been hacked at the same time, it seems to be more of an organized thing. And one would wonder, is an organized state behind it, given the recent news that we've had in the UK with the banning of Chinese networks and Huawei?
So we might be looking at state intervention here. Do we know how many people followed through on sending Bitcoins? I mean, not everybody's got Bitcoins, so I don't. So it would only hit those people who've got Bitcoins. But still, do we know how many people fell for it?
We haven't seen any of that information published yet, and I think Twitter would have encouraged everybody not to pay. I mean, this is the most important thing when it comes to ransom attacks, is not to pay that ransomware and to find another way around it, even if that means it's a little bit longer and painful. The good news here is Twitter seems to have resolved it within a matter of hours.
Yeah, I just wonder if how many people fell for it in that 30-minute window, though. What does this mean for Twitter going forward if we can't trust even the blue tick?
I would say to all individuals, we should all have different passwords for every single app that we use. And if possible, we should try and use a password manager. And we should always use two-factor authentication. So that will stop people from being able to access our accounts and gives an additional layer of security. When it comes to actual verified accounts and bona fide tweets, hopefully, Twitter will be looking at this, figuring out how to patch the problems that happened and the vulnerabilities that led to this attack. And we should be able to enjoy tweets from our influencers and the high-profile people that have been attacked.
But what about Twitter itself? How damaging is this for this brand?
I mean, it would be very embarrassing for Twitter, given the amount of investment that they've made in cybersecurity over the recent years to show that how such high-profile accounts could be hacked. It will leave a lot of users in a very nervous position, and because of the fact that these blue verified tick accounts were hacked and people had to create secondary accounts, we're not sure how many of those individuals affected would create those accounts and how many other people will pretend they've created secondary accounts because their original account was hacked. So I think it will be a little bit of a confusing time, which will lead to some bad actors being able to manipulate the recent circumstances.
Good to talk to you. Thank you very much indeed. Jamal Ahmed there, founder of Kazient Privacy Experts and a fellow of Information Privacy, which covers off cyber security. So there you go. Twitter, embarrassing for them. A little bit red-faced this morning as those billionaires' accounts, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates and others, have been targeted by hackers on Twitter, offering a 2-for-1 price on bitcoins. And like I said, the sophistication of it, that fear of missing.